Welcome to another Real Dad Movement Daily Revelation. In this episode, we talk about you. Everything you do in this world, ultimately, you do for yourself. What do you mean now? I'm putting food on the table, I'm working and slaving away and doing everything for others and family, those around me. Yeah, but why? Why are you doing that? Oh, it's got to be done. They've got to eat. They need to have a roof over their head. But so how does it make you feel knowing that you contribute to that? What does it mean to you knowing that you've played a huge role in providing that for your family? There's that S word again, isn't it? Significance. And it's funny because I did an episode on the circles of significance, family, self, and service, and how they all form up your life. But ultimately, everything you do in this world, you do for yourself. And it was hard for me to accept this at first because I feel like I'm so selfless, right? But have a look at giving to charity and doing other things and whatnot. You do that because it brings a level of significance to you in your life and how you feel. And ultimately, it really does always skew in your favor, even if it's slightly more. I give $1,000 to charity. I get $1,001 worth of significance. That's exactly what happens. And I use the example of my baby girl a fair bit, although she's growing up, but she's still in nappies. And when I change Lillian's bum, I'm doing that for me. In a roundabout way, I am. Like, yes, she's got poo in a nappy and she benefits from having a clean bottom, whatnot. But ultimately, we do everything in this world for two reasons. One, to move away from the pain or the perceived circumstances or consequences that we will face if we don't action or draw attention to what's necessary immediately. And two, to move towards desires and pleasures that we want to have and want to experience in our life. The end. It's that simple. Now, if I don't wipe and clean Lillian's bum and put a new nappy on, the consequences and the pain of either her getting a nappy rash or other things, or me having a daughter with shit all over her bum and her ass and not being a father who's proud of his actions of something that is associated and connected to him who is connected by blood in my daughter, well, it far outweighs all of those circumstances and consequences that will happen if I don't do anything to invest 2 minutes of my time to change a nappy. It's that simple. Now, look, there's plenty of selfless acts and courageous things that we do. And if you went to jump in front of someone and take a bullet for someone, that's a very noble thing to do. And you might not be around to receive or experience the significance and the rewards. But the reality is, when you just go one layer deeper and backtrack a little bit, what has become your life up until that point, which has given you the nature to want to do that for someone? Because not everyone would jump in front of someone else when a gun would be fired at them to save them, would they? So what's the nature and the significance that you hold to yourself at the core level of sacrifice for someone or for someone else's life, which ultimately, day in, day out, if and when, whilst you are still alive, it holds a higher level of pride, purpose, and significance in your own life. You see, mate, everything you do in this world is for yourself. It's just about understanding that, are you happy with what you're doing? Are you owning your truth in what you're doing? And if you're not happy with what's happening to you and what your circumstances or environment is, but you're not doing anything about it, well, you are, because you're not doing anything about it and you're just copying it on the chin and accepting it. And ultimately, when you fall to victimhood in living that way, you're forfeiting the ability to control many, many important things in your life to hold on to a small little state of controlling feelings and emotions. Me personally, I wouldn't want to live that way. I wouldn't want someone 5,000 miles away to control how I'm thinking and feeling in my actions. That to me is giving up a ludicrous thing, which is ultimately your free will. But again, in saying that, it's something that you control and own. So when you do things for others, you do them for yourself. Whether you whinge, bitch, or moan or not, it gives you some level of significance and power, not necessarily over them, but over your own life and what it is that's important for you in how you see it and your perceptions of investing that time, effort, and energy in that present moment. Maybe for the future present moments to follow. But the clearer and the quicker you can understand and have clarity with this, mate, the quicker and clearer you can really put in place the actions that are necessary in not only understanding the purpose and the reasons behind what you're doing, but to start to shift the reasons and the purpose behind what you're doing, backed up by actions that are necessary to have a higher strike rate of happiness, love, and fulfillment in your life more often than not just for yourself, but for your family. Again, if you don't want that, that's okay. There's no right or wrong. It's just putting that hand up and taking ownership over it. And as soon as you understand and realize this, mate, what I'm saying, it's not an opinion. I've tried so hard. You can't fault this. This is a universal truth. Everything we do for ourselves. The funny flip side or the other side of that coin is everything that you do ultimately affects someone else. It does, whether it's a simple banking transaction to catching a taxi to setting up a birthday party for your kids on the back of no sleep, or building that park in the backyard on Christmas Eve that Santa's going to put out there for them. It's all for you, man. Just own it, put your hand up and do it at a higher level, so that what you're doing for yourself has a higher level of leadership and significance, so that what you're doing for yourself when it impacts and influences others is impacting and influencing others the right way, the way that you want to, with love and fulfillment, and ultimately a higher level of leadership and legacy that you can pass on. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll hit you with another one soon. Cheers.